Hi, and welcome to this introductory video introducing Coindex Labs, our inaugural market making bot, and the free 5-day trial that we have on offer for new signups. So what's the agenda for today? What is Coindex Labs? Well, my novice understanding of the underlying artificial intelligence algorithms lives at this HackerNoon article, which I'll put in the video description. Where just after coming on, I gave a brief overview of how I thought the artificial intelligence works. But basically what it is it's a proprietary and patent pending algorithmic trading engine that can apply to a whole bunch of stuff other than just trading markets. But it's actually really well suited at trading markets. And this particular version of artificial intelligence is highly resistant to overfitting, which is a classic problem that artificial intelligence faces when you train it too much and it becomes too used to the input data and can't react well to the new data. So our algorithms, or our artificial intelligence, is much smarter than that. But in short, Coindex Labs is exactly that. It's the company surrounding this artificial intelligence for market making and for creating opportunities in markets. And they found me on my birthday, actually, of this year, August 2019. Ryan, the CEO of Coindex, who you can find here on the team page near the top. Ryan found me through my GitHub, which has over 100 repositories, mostly dealing with arbitrage or crypto markets, and sent me an email. He said, "Hey, would you like to take part in Coindex Labs? Here's me I'm Jared Dunn. I'm the Chief Liquidity Officer, actually, or Lead Engineer of Markets and Liquidity at Coindex Labs. I'm in Nova Scotia, Canada. You can find me on Medium and HackerNoon, which are linked here, actually. So I could throw this link in here. And actually, one post on HackerNoon that's gotten some attention recently is this most recent one. Where is it? Where I discuss negotiating and successfully landing different preferred rates packages with Deribit and Binance, where we have better market and taker fees for our trading bots, which we're going to use in our consolidated fund, which we're launching at a later date. But for now, we have our software as a service offering soft launched, and that's part of the point of this video, is that in the end we're going to go into subscribing and how to set up a trading bot with my help, using the 5-day trial that we have on offer. Anyway, you can see some of the returns that we've seen in the past. This one was on a balance of 0.9 Bitcoin, or this many Satoshis, over the course of less than a day. And we'll get into more of the performance later here when we get through this video. So basically, Coindex Labs has been around for about 3 years, making the artificial intelligence that powers the bots that we have. And I've been here since August, which is a few months anyway, basically working on a free and open source bot that we've taken and completely revamped and recreated in our own image. So what is the market maker then? The market maker that we have in production is a version of a bot that we've added a bunch of, basically a dozen different custom proprietary indicators to. We've also added hedging logic to make sure that it's most of the time perfectly hedged between futures and perpetuals on Deribit. We're going to extend it to a whole bunch of other exchanges in the near future. It is working on Binance and FTX right now, on a whole bunch of different pairs on FTX, because they have perpetuals and futures for a whole bunch of different stuff. But that's not really launched yet. So the bot earns on trading fee rebates on Deribit, and I can actually show you what that looks like live. So it looks like we're up by a whole bunch of little Bitcoins here from our balance of this many Bitcoins, which is good news when I show you the performance later. But what this looks like for our closed trades is that the fees here are actually negative in all of these cases, and they would be in most of the cases for the recent trades. So we're actually earning this many Bitcoin every single time we trade, sometimes more than that. This is a bigger fraction of a bit. And every single time we trade, we're earning that little tiny amount of fees. It earns on the spread itself, which means that if we take a look at one of these futures contracts, we could probably see a larger spread. And what the spread is the difference between this lowest ask and this highest bid. I think I have that the right way around. So you can see here it's actually not that much of a spread. It's only 50 cents. It's right on the dot in between these two orders. But you can see where my orders are placed. These little X's show that I can cancel these orders. That means that if the market was to go down to 6025 and then up to 602750, I would make that difference in the $2.50 on those orders that have executed. That's on average, and it takes a while to average out over many tens of thousands of trades in order for the spread to be successful in earning, because sometimes you'll see that the markets will go down significantly more than we expect, and we have to basically size our orders and hedge our positions to resist the downwards potential there. It earns on the spread itself. It earns on the convergence of futures prices to perpetuals, also known as cash and carry arbitrage. Now, I wonder if I can find my Medium post where this actually happened in a very favorable way. Somewhere in here, I have a day when, we'll go back to the Deribit interface here, a day when the price of one of these features, I think it was September, went from say $6,700 or so down below the price of perpetuals. And because we're always buying and selling to keep a net sum that's close to zero to reduce our risk, that means that when, and it's actually reversed from that situation now. So we're buying futures because they're lower in price than perpetual, which means that as the futures price, the mark price approaches perpetual, we'll gain. Well, I mean, it says right here, the average price that we bought for this June future was 6046. The average price we bought for this September future was 6044, and the average price we sold was 6123. So as the approaches converge or move, as the prices converge or move closer together, we'll realize the difference in buying low and selling high, and that's all that means. But I think there's a really good article that explains. Yeah, on one day, a couple weeks ago, two of our subscribers, before we even had the subscription model launched, managed to do 10 times and 40 times their balance in a matter of minutes because of this this effect of convergence of future prices to perpetuals. Basically, the funding for perpetuals flipped from positive to negative or from negative to positive. And in that process, the price of September futures came crashing down, and our shorts on those futures cashed in kind of heavily. What has performance been like? Let's go back here. Nope, go back here and go back here. We actually have a testimonials link now on the homepage, which is going to show you first this anonymous testimonial from our trader with the largest balance. He's actually over 1 Bitcoin total balance now, from his original balance of a combined balance from his hedging account and his main account of 0.9 Bitcoin. And you can see the hedging account. This is daily and weekly. The hedging account was up over double in less than a day when the screenshot was taken, and his total balance is up nearly 10%. And he gave us this testimonial here. Our second testimonial that we've thrown in here was actually a 10% increase in less than a day. It's not since the start of trading; it was less than a day. And this person asked if he could then increase his balance. And let's take a look at the live trader. Now, I haven't checked these results to see if they're going to be really positive or promising. So hopefully the live trader, since the bots resetted on an error maybe half an hour ago, have been seeing some success. Let's find out. So it looks like the average Bitcoin profit and loss projected over a 24-hour period is about 12% gains a day on Bitcoin, while the USD value of that Bitcoin has gone down. And if we look at the 1 hour chart, we should see, yep, the value of Bitcoin to USD, the ticker price has gone down by about $60, which explains that. But you see that our Bitcoin balance has been increasing as time goes on. This shows all of our subscribers' profit and loss in Bitcoin and USD. So you can see that this subscriber, NS, he's the fellow who has 1 Bitcoin, which is our largest balance in a subscriber account right now. You can see he's got 8% Bitcoin yield every day on his realized gains of 0.17% in a shorter period of time, while his USD gains look like they're third in the list of 6 people we have here. So this person is in the lead with more than 1% daily yield, and this person has a little bit less losses, but the person with 1 Bitcoin comes right about in the middle, which is less than half the losses, the theoretical losses. It depends if you like Bitcoin or if you like US dollars more, whether or not you count these as losses. But altogether, I think if you're up nearly 13% in Bitcoin and only down 2% on average every day in US dollars, this is again over a very small sample size, but it is live and updating from our running subscribers. Now, all of this brings me to my final point. How do you, as people that are new to this idea or new to Coindex Labs, or maybe have known me or Ryan or any of the other team members for a longer period of time, but looking to sign up, how do we do that practically? So I've included the link here. This is going in the description of the YouTube video. And I think this video is actually going on this page, this subscribe page, to help people with their subscribing. So this subscription page goes over the base tier, the pro tier, and the masterclass tier. And basically the difference between these tiers are described in these short little bullet points here. This recommended trading balance is probably going to increase because, as I just showed you in the live trader, the fellow with 1 Bitcoin is doing far more sustainable results than the people with less than 1 Bitcoin. Either way, you would select one of these tiers and hit the subscribe button. That being said, like I promised, there is a free trial. If you read this little blurb here, it says you can optionally take advantage of our 5-day free trial instead of first sending in your subscription fee. The trial has a maximum balance of 0.1 Bitcoin. We're probably going to change that though, so people can see more gains in your market making account. There are details on how to participate in the trial after you select your subscription tier here. Submit your email and details and receive our welcome email. Thank you. So if I hit subscribe on any one of these, it's going to present me with a form to fill out my name, my email, a referral code if I have one, choose a tier that I'd like to subscribe to according to the benefits that are described, maybe optionally join the Discord server, and we should change that subscribe and pay button to just say subscribe. And I should have got a welcome email from myself. Let's go look. So in my email box, I see that I have an email from myself. This will, of course, come from me and not from yourself to yourself. This will be from me to you. Thank you for filling out a form on the website or otherwise expressing interest. This basically says you could have the trial or not have the trial. If you don't want to have the trial, if you don't want to have the limited balance for the first 5 days, you can send your subscription fee to this Bitcoin address. Otherwise, if you've done that already, or if you're signing up for the 5-day free trial, you can configure my trading account. Now, what you need at this point is a Deribit account. Now, we are going to support more exchanges in the very near future. A lot of people, like new people, oops, I do not want to do that. You can hear that dinging in the background is actually the market maker making trades and earning fees. This is going to be my account that I set up. Now, people in the US aren't able to create brand new accounts. I don't know a way around this, and I don't think it's wise to try and find a way around it, as it would violate Deribit's terms of service. But anybody outside of the US, and in my country, not in Quebec, which I think has something to do with their laws, being a nation within a nation, can create an account. Now that I've created an account, I think I need to check my email and sign up to Deribit in my incognito window. Now I'm activated. So if I log into this, the next step would be to fund my account. Now I'm not going to walk through how to, is that not plus demo? Plus test. I'm so sorry. What did I just do? Okay, I'm not going to walk you through actually how to buy Bitcoin. There's tons of guides, and it all depends on your country and your preferences, how many fees you want to pay, how long you want to wait. But you're going to log into your account. You're going to be unverified, which means you're not able to deposit the Bitcoins that you just bought. I enter my name, my last name, my date of birth is going to be a long time ago, a very long time ago. It's going to be down here. Please nobody steal my identity. But my address and city, this is going to be Testomedic because people probably will steal my identity. And I'm in Canada. Now that my personal information is saved, I'm able to withdraw up to 21 Bitcoin every 24 hours or up to 50 Ether every 24 hours. If I wanted to withdraw more than that, I would need to submit my ID documents, which is the ID document itself and a photo of me with a webcam or a mobile phone. Now that I've verified to level 0, which you can see this green little area, this text up here, I can go to the deposit screen. I needed to generate an address. I would send my Bitcoin to this address. If I'm signing up for the trial, again, the maximum balance right now is 0.1 Bitcoin, but that might go up so people can withstand some gains or more sustainable gains. Either way, you would submit as much Bitcoin as you want to this address. Now, the next optional part is if you want. It's tough to explain. Let me see if I can figure out with the chart that I have. If you want to hedge against Bitcoin USD movements so that your US dollar returns remain neutral as Bitcoin goes up and down, we can optionally short Bitcoin for as many dollars as you have in both your trading account and hedge account. What this means is, in practice, I'll show you here. This account has 0.1 Bitcoin. And this hedge account, so that's about $500, $600. This hedge account here is actually shorting all of these contracts for about $1,000, which should be right. Actually, we have more balance in here, which is why it's a little bit confused. So it's a little bit too sensitive to the market price right now, which I can fix. I can probably fix just by doing this. It's probably going to sell less than that much. You wouldn't have to worry about this. So yeah, now it's sold up to $640, which is what we have in the accounts. So we're short $640, which means if I go back to this page, you see that as Bitcoin goes up and down in price, and which is the blue line, the Bitcoin US dollar value, the black line, which is our USB return, our US dollar returns, remains about the same, and the green line does whatever it wants. The green line actually goes up and down as an inverse to the blue line because of the fact that we're short, and that makes our net position much happier when the Bitcoin price goes down. But our black line, our US dollar returns, remains about equal and should hopefully be increasing over time. But the markets are they fluctuate. I mean, in general, it's up. It's down since this chart started, since we withdrew some funds. But altogether, it is making gains. Like from here to here, it gained about 0.2% total, which is good on the US dollar returns. So to create a hedge account in our brand new Derivate account, we would go into settings by clicking your username in the top right. You click on sub accounts. Now this is optional. Some of our people don't have sub accounts created that are hedging against the main accounts, and that's fine too. So now that I have a sub account, when my deposit is in, all I would do is go to this transfer button here. I would transfer from my main account to my sub account. I would transfer about 1/10 or maybe 1/5 of the total Bitcoin that I have. So if I had 0.1 in here in my trading balance, I would just trade 0.015 maybe. I can't right now, but I would put 0.015. I can in my other account. I can show you. So this is the account with balance. I'm not actually going to do it, but if I was to do it, this is what it would look like. So I have 0.08 in there, so I'd put 0.01 in there. into the Hedge account, which is about a tenth of the balance, or between a fifth and a tenth of the balance. In a later version of the software, it's going to automatically. We gained even more Bitcoin here since I started the video, which is pretty good. Sorry, where was I? The Hedge account, in the future version of the software, the main account will transfer to and from the Hedge account automatically to adjust the balances in order to avoid the chance that the Hedge account liquidates, which actually happened in one of our subscribers' cases recently. He just basically had to top it up again, and now he's back up over his original balance, which is great. That's how I create a Hedge account. That's how I fund the Hedge account after I deposit my Bitcoin. And now I need to create an API key. How do I do that? Well, for both the Hedge account and the main account, you would go into this API settings screen. You would create a read and read-write on account and trade for this API key. And you would add this API key. You would then copy this client ID with this handy copy button here, throw it in the notepad, main account key, main account secret. Actually, we don't even have to throw it in a notepad. It's easier than that because, as you'll see in the sign up email, you had this link to configure my trading account. So inside configure my trading account, we would throw the trading account API key, which is, I have too many screens open. This one, right in here. My trading account API secret, I would throw in here. My starting balance, this is just for us to know. We can actually check using the API, and actually, to tell you the truth, we do the ensure order sizes and logic will not put your account at undue risk. We do this automatically now without this form field, so we might not even need this form field in the future, which I can actually say in here. My email address. What is my email? Are we doing a trial or no? Yes or no? With our maximum BTC equity, I should change this. Just a sec. Ryan manages the site for the most part. 0.05 versus 0.1 versus we should make it 1 probably. So, are we running a trial? Yes or no? Continue. And lastly, the Hedge account API key, which is the second account, the sub account that we created, which again is optional, and it describes it here for you. We submit this form. I'm going to get an email to my Coindex account, which says this person has signed up. This is their API key. And then I would go and create you your trading instance, which is located regionally close to Deribit servers. For our masterclass tier, that's actually located in the same building as the Deribit servers, which increases latency by a fraction of a millisecond, which is actually very, very helpful for high frequency trading. That said, as soon as you notice me set up your account, and I'm going to talk to you probably to make sure that your balances are there and that you're ready and all that fun stuff. When I set up your account and launch the bot, you'll see that it's going to enter into positions. I don't know why I don't have open orders right now. See, this is why we add the personal touch, because sometimes there's no open orders. Actually, to tell you the truth, I think it did this on purpose. It looks like it did some limit as market orders, paid some fees, and exited out of the net position it was in. Or it should have. I'll look into this later. Basically, all I think I need to do is restart that instance. To get it going again. And again, that's why we have the personal touches in case anything goes wrong. we can react to it and make sure everything is right. I should probably check the logs to see exactly what happened there. From what I understand from the transaction history, it looks like it noticed there was going to be a lot of volatility in the market, decided it wasn't going to trade that volatility, and exited out of it accordingly and took a little break. But I just wanted to trade now, so I'm going to manually restart it, and we'll see my trader start to trade some balance. I'm actually going to wait for a sec to see those new orders to show you, because that's what it's going to look like when the bot starts for the very first time. But you'll have no positions. So you'll have no positions, and it's going to go ahead and open a bunch of orders. It actually just takes a few minutes to start, though. So we're just going to wait patiently. I might as well throw in our Twitter and our LinkedIn, because I think that you guys should follow us. You also should like this video if you did like watching it, and subscribe to our brand new YouTube account. We're going to do useful tutorials on lots of things, like how to set up free and open source bots, comparing free and open source bots to our software specifically. Also fun things like how does our software handle order sizing, and I'll also give you a little preview of what that video is going to look like. Basically, I'm going to say the initial quantity is based on bleh. It's further refined by bleh. If position is negative returns, do something. If position is positive returns, do something. And let's watch as I manipulate the skew, which is the net position difference between all the positions. Watch as the skew affects our order sizes. And that's actually planned for one of the next videos. And the next video we're going to go over is some GitHub repositories like Deribit, Market Maker. And this is actually the bot that ours is based off of, made by a guy named Uriel, and he's kind of fantastic. This is the wrong repository. It's the one that actually is hosted by Deribit. Somewhere in here there's a Market Maker. Oh, they've removed it. That's funny. Anyway, they did have a sample Market Maker, so let's see if I can find it somewhere. It was under examples. So here it is. Here's their market maker. We're going to set this up in another video. We're going to see how we can manipulate some of the input variables, like all of this stuff here, to do different things and accomplish different goals. We're going to get it set up on the test net. It's also set up to run on the live net if you were to use the test net perimeter or the live net perimeter. We're also going to then compare that against the BitMEX sample market maker GitHub, which is a much more simple bot, basically placing some grid orders on the market book regardless of price. And we're going to set that up. We're going to get that running, and we're going to get some testnet balances thrown around on BitMEX, which should be fun. So is that bot trading now? No, it's not. What's it doing exactly? Live trader. Maybe that's why the USD delta is so flat. So now we get to actively debug why something is not working the way that we expect it to. So the first thing I'm going to do is delete this instance. Then I'm going to go ahead. Actually, I'll debug that off the call so I don't have to show off my processes or my API keys, which should probably remain semi-private. Alrighty, well, that's basically it for now. I do wish that I could show you that bot, but maybe I can show you a different bot through the logs. So let's take a look at that bot that's running a balance and show you the logs. So we can show you it doing stuff. Basically, I'm a fairly advanced Linux user, so I know some commands to give us some output from the logs. That's going to hopefully show us the bot in action. Now, the logs are very much development logs, and they don't make a lot of sense to most people. And apparently it's not letting me connect. Come on, Google Cloud. Okay, let's try a different one. And we might just give up on this if Google Cloud doesn't want to play ball. Am I already connected to one? No. No, I am not. Yeah, it doesn't want to do that. Maybe I can do this a different way. If I can go in here to my remote desktop session. If I can go in here and gcloud compute SSH root at this, enter. No, I don't. Zone. Europe West 2C. Oh, it needs to be the instance name. Ta-da! All right, tail var log syslog -f. Well, it doesn't look like it's actually generating new logs. Let's just look at all of the logs and look for delta. And that was probably too many logs. And you can see that the bot was trading in the total of the amounts between all of the positions. The net position delta has been changing regularly. And now the video is complete, I guess, and we'll continue this conversation over our next videos. Like I said, we have a few planned. We're gonna plan a bunch more, and we're gonna make this YouTube really popular. And we're gonna hopefully see you on the Discord, which is a very friendly chat in here for all of us folks that like Coindex and like to run bots. We'll talk about stuff like wine. All right, good stuff. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.